very good morning to you. It's a Monday and it's a new week, so you are welcome. This is Good Morning Uganda on UBC TV. We come to you live from the Nile Avenue. My name is Julie F. Nantaba with Robert Chirabo Nyunyitono. Welcome back from the weekend. A weekend that had different stories, one of which was the loss of the playwright Alex Mukulu, the legendary playwright who passed away from Chirudu Hospital. But also a reminder that every single day we tend and intend to do life together. So let's start the morning together. Tell us where you are watching us from, and of course with a picture of yourself or a selfie of yourself to 0709 602 592. Capture your morning, own it, your morning, your moment, your picture to 0709 602 592. The hashtag is UBCGMU. Robert, good morning.
Lovely morning to you, Julie, and hope you had a lovely weekend.
Quite busy, but yes, it was okay. Yes, it did.
So much was happening, but on a lighter note, the talk on many places of entertainment was Honorable Balam's guidelines and directives following regarding the consumption of alcohol.
Right.
Every happening place you'd find that talk there. Oh, but good, he let us enjoy weekends up to the end.
I saw him in Kiryandongo.
Yeah, trying to
explain, yes.
Explain that
Yes.
actually, but also important to note is the implementation of this directive by police.
Right.
I think it shouldn't be like the way they impound borders. The Baganda have a word called gafura, that when a police officer at a certain unit gets 1, 2, 3 of his colleagues, they go to any drinking joint, or whoever they find there, tontwala, get some money, then continue. If these operations are to happen, they must be organized. I'll give you an example, like I've just said, the border. Any sport, any police officer there, if they feel they need quick money, maybe they have called home, that there is this emergency, the easiest way to get money, be at any corner during traffic jam. Yet those operations are supposed to be organized properly. If it's KMP and they know now this month, this week we are carrying out border operations. But police officers go to Clock Tower, go to Ginger Road here around the traffic lights. And what is funny, they will get these bikes, they never take them to CPS or any police station. They will keep them at that Kafane area until some even spend 3 days. When you bring the money, you will take your motorcycle. So I hope the enforcement of this directive does not turn into that, because we've had reports of that happening most of our country, where a few police officers feel like, no, Mama na Kasba is open. Hey, you've passed there. 1, 2 get on a motorcycle. Some run, they nab a few.
Right. Yes. Indeed, we do hope that the directive is the directive and implementation is as real and truthful as it's supposed to be, because at the end of the day, it's for our good, it's for our nation, and it's for Uganda. Any manner of bribery or corruption takes us back. And it's the same thing I always say, that while you're complaining about government officials being corrupt, remember what you're doing as an individual and then keep quiet. All right? Now, Robert, what do we have on the local scene this morning?
Well, the first story is the president welcoming and congratulating his grandson and a colleague who completed military training at Sandhurst Academy. Now, President Museveni has hosted 2 young Ugandans, military officers who recently graduated from the Royal Military Academy of Sandhurst in the United Kingdom. The president received the officers, including his grandson, Ruhamia, and congratulated them upon joining the Uganda People's Defense Forces. President Museveni welcomed Ruhamia and his colleague, Bakira, to the UPDF after successfully completing their military training at Sandhurst. The president described military service as a strong foundation for young people, encouraging the new officers to serve Uganda with discipline, commitment, and responsibility. He also congratulated the parents of the 2 officers for supporting their children through their education and military training. The meeting brought together the president and the 2 newly commissioned officers as they began their career in UPDF. Museveni also thanked God for what he described as a continued protection and progress for Uganda, as well as the achievements of the NRM and its predecessors over the years. On Tuesday, 11th August, this very year, the Minister for Local Government, Barambaru Gahara, issued guidelines regulating the sale and consumption of alcohol and local brews. In the new guidelines, the alcohol sale to underage was restricted, as well as limiting its consumption during working days. To avoid misinterpretation, the Minister of Local Government, Barambaru Gahara, initiated sensitization drives, especially for concerned parties. While at Weyale Trading Center in Chiriandongo District, Balam encouraged and engaged with the local brew sellers and consumers, most of them who welcomed the government's move for regulating the consumption hours. However, the move has, on the other hand, attracted questions, especially about what could be the possible penalties for those members of the general public who will contravene the set guidelines. The Chiriandongo residents, however, complained about the manner in which the local police teams have decided to implement the government regulations. According to the local government minister, it is high time that the country regulates the sale and consumption of alcohol, short of what the economy will miss that productivity of its strongest workforce, especially the youth. Uganda's blood shortage burden remains high, with only 0.5% of the population donating blood for more than 46 million Ugandans, while launching a mega blood donation drive spearheaded by the Indian Association of Uganda. The Director General Health Services at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Charles Olalo, called for expanded blood donation campaigns and increased voluntary participation to save lives. For the patients with sickle cell anemia, cancer, accident victims, and mothers giving birth, blood is not simply medicine, but a matter of life and death. Yet ensuring adequate blood supplies remain a major challenge. Only 0.5% of Ugandans donate blood, below the World Health Organization's recommendation minimum of 1%. School-going children contribute about 80% of the collected blood, creating shortages when schools close. The major and mega blood donation drive launched yesterday targeted collecting at least 25,000 units nationwide by September 15th. The India Association of Uganda-led initiative was conducted and is conducted regularly since 2012. Last year, the association collected 15,000 units. Uganda collected about 460,000 units last year, but demand continues rising. With blood lifespan of 35 days, continuous donations are needed to replenish supplies and meet emergency needs. Eligible donors are aged between 17 to 65 years and weight of at least 50 kilograms. Every donation is tested before transfusion. Indian community has been also at the heart of assisting disabled heart and kidney transplant missions that have saved many Ugandans. A total of 200 Sudanese nationals, mainly students living in Kampala, were organized to return home as part of the latest repatriation exercise. The program is expected to facilitate the return of more than 1,000 Sudanese nationals by the end of 2 weeks exercise. Ayaman Sulaiman Ahmed has expressed appreciation to the Ugandan government and the people of Uganda for the love, care and support extended to Sudanese nationals since they arrived in Uganda nearly 5 years ago. He also called for the strong relationship between Uganda and Sudan to continue. The country director of the Direct Aid Society in Uganda, Noelhanda El Gaba Abdallah Mohammed, said voluntary return journeys will continue for Sudanese nationals who wish to go back home and take part in rebuilding and reconstruction. The organization said the repatriation convoys will continue until the last Sudanese national wishing to return home has been assisted. The returnees expressed joy and relief after receiving news of their journey home. They also thanked the Direct Aid Society for facilitating their voluntary return. Since war broke out between the Sudanese army and the Paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, or RSF, in April 2023, more than 1.2 million Sudanese have fled to Uganda. According to officials, the conflict, which stems from disputes over the integration of the RSF into Sudanese military, has triggered one of the world's worst humanitarian crises. The war has killed tens of thousands of people and displaced an estimated 13 million others. And with that, we come to the end of our local stories. This morning, let's take a look at what Julie has for us on the international scene.
Right, thank you very much, Robert. We are starting off with matters Gaza, as U.S. President Donald Trump's Middle East envoy, Jared Kushner, has held rare talks with Hamas to discuss the implementation of the U.S.-backed Gaza peace plan. A Palestinian official told the BBC Trump's son-in-law met a delegation led by Hamas's new leader, Khalil al-Hayya, in Egypt on Sunday. Last month, Trump's Board of Peace said it had reached agreements for the complete disarmament of the Hamas and other armed groups in Gaza. Last week, Israel rejected Trump's 15-point plan, which also calls for Israeli troops to withdraw and for Gaza to be rebuilt under a new civilian Palestinian administration. 8 Muslim countries issued a statement on Sunday condemning Israel's rejection. Trump leads the Board of Peace, created as an international organization originally intended to bring peace to Gaza, but later expanded to include conflicts worldwide. Kushner's meeting with Hayya is said to be the first at this level since last year's agreement over ceasefire for the Gaza Strip. And according to reports, Board of Peace envoys Nikolai Mladenov and UK ex-Prime Minister Tony Blair were also part of the meeting, alongside representatives of Egypt, Qatar and Turkey, which have mediated in the peace efforts. Now, let's move on to Belgium, that's dealing with wildfires, as it's battling its largest wildfire on record, which has burned around 2,700 hectares in the Eastern High Fens Nature Reserve near the German border. The fire has approached to within 3 kilometers of the German border, causing authorities in Germany to warn of smoke danger. Now, on Saturday, the European Union deployed 3 helicopters and 2 water bombers as Belgium deployed additional firefighters in a bid to bring the massive blaze under control. Authorities ordered around 600 residents in parts of Wymes, Sauerbrot and Boitgenbach to evacuate as shifting winds and heavy smoke raised concerns that the fire could reach homes. Tourists were also advised to leave the area. A gymnasium in a neighboring municipality was also opened up to offer shelter. And on to the African continent, the death toll after a ferry capsized in Zimbabwe's Lake Kariba this last week has risen to 80 after more bodies were recovered on Sunday. The police confirmed the overloaded passenger ferry run by the government's Rural Infrastructure Development Agency, RIDA, overturned on Tuesday in choppy waters. Officials say the boat was authorized to carry 90 people but was parked with 114 adults, 5 crew members, and an unspecified number of children. The Civil Protection Unit said that 77 people were rescued. Dozens of mourners gathered for an emotional service on Thursday in the lakeside town of Kariba, around 400 kilometers west of the capital, Harare, before the bodies were buried. Now, survivors said they pleaded with the ferry drivers to turn back in the rough waters as the vessel had begun taking on water soon after departing. Locals told AFP that such accidents on the lake were rare. Lake Kariba straddles the border between Zimbabwe and Zambia and is the world's largest man-made lake. by volume. And that brings us to the end of what we have on the foreign scene. Robert, what is dire here is the fact that overloading indeed was one of the causes of the accidents. Perhaps if there were 90, perhaps the 90 could have survived. You never know. As the saying is here on Ugandan roads, if I could bring it back to relatability, many accidents, 95% of the accidents are very, very, very preventable, except that the 95% is caused by humans. Very preventable, but humans are adamant to adhere to what we're supposed to do as responsibly as so on the roads of Uganda.
Well, I always say what we have are not accidents. When you look at the definition of the word accident,
right,
there's no way you're going to tell me, Julie, you're leaving your house and you're aware your car's brakes are not at their best. Right. Then you say, however, I'll go slow, I'll get there. Then you end in Mabida and say, oh, we got an accident. Your tires are totally worn out.
Totally.
So here people drive cars and you ask them, but brother, are you sure this car will get you? No, we shall get there. So what we have almost 99% are not accidents. Accidents, I would say, maybe is something where everything is right. But either by the power of God, I don't want to say the devil, something wrong happens and then
right. Indeed, sad indeed. Let's have a look at what the dailies have this morning for headlines, Robert.
Well, the New Vision teacher transfer, government tightens rules. And then a picture there, front page of the New Vision, Museveni allowed Sandhurst graduates, Ruhamia and Bakira there, the two young lads that completed. And then still we have India hails journey with Uganda. Now General Muhoozi tips SFC chiefs on warfare technology. How Nagawa grew bridal groom business. And Alex Mukuru raised the bar in theatre, indeed. The Temangalo land NSSF Nzei dispute goes to court. And that is in the New Vision. Let's see what the Daily Monitor has for us. And the Daily Monitor, 20 years waiting for oil. And Alex Mukuru takes final bow. He died at 72. Now, what Bank of Uganda is pitching in investors and UMA6 release of medical interns, that is the Uganda Medical Association. Well, those and more in the Daily Monitor and the New Vision. Well, let's see what Julie has for us from Kenya and Tanzania.
Right, thank you very much, Robert. Now, the Citizen there has the headline, Fuel Farms Battle as Market Shares Shift. That is in the Citizen. Want to know what those battles are and the shape they are taking? That is in the detail in the Citizen. And CRDB Bank Marathon crosses 5 billion shillings mark as health youth benefit. Also, patients count cost as Singida Referral Hospital project stalls. And agriculture reform emerges as Tanzania's poverty game changer. Looking at the Daily Nation in Kenya, the Daily Nation battle for Raila's tough. That's the headline. And the other story to look into when it comes to the Daily Nation, housing levy, defaulters face bank account spin freezes, and looming Nairobi chaos as City Hall staff strike. Also, teachers protest TSC social media gag. All of these stories in the Daily Nation for you. And a quick look at what the Gazette has this morning. Table of contents in the Gazette displayed as always, but notices to pay heed to is a church to recognize for celebration of marriage. It's Lord's Prayer Church Ministries International. Denomination is Born Again, and it's in the village of Katikara, parish in Katikara, sub-county Katikara, Bugangaizi East County District in Kakumido, as of the 4th day of August 2026, by the Honorable Norbert Mao, Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. And another church to pay heed to that is recognized as one to celebrate marriages is St. Yusuf Lugalama Church of Uganda, Buyechigwowa Parish in Ntinda. Anglican denomination, Motola Zone A is the village, and parish is Bukoto 2, sub-county Nakawa division, and the county is Nakawa West, district is Kampala. As of the 4th day of August 2026 by the Honorable Norbert Mao, Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. And the other church to recognize to celebrate marriages is St. James Rengoma Church of Uganda Anglican denomination in the village of Chiviga, parish of Rengoma, Ruhama, sub-county, and the county is Ruhama Main in Ntungamo district. And this is as of the 15th day of July 2026 by the Honorable Norbert Mao, Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. Now let's have a short break. When we get back, we are talking matters law, but do not forget that we are doing life together, all right? Start your morning, own your morning. Send us a picture of where you are, a selfie of where you are, and your name as well. We are giving you a shout out in just a bit. Capture your morning, your moment, your picture. Send it to WhatsApp 0709602592. The hashtag is UBCGMU. Looking forward to engaging you and catching up with you as well. Good morning.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Uganda's blood shortage burden remains high, with only 0.5% of the population donating blood for more than 46 million Ugandans, while launching a mega blood donation drive spearheaded by the Indian Association of Uganda. The Director General Health Services at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Charles Olalo, called for expanded blood donation campaigns and increased voluntary participation to save lives. For the patients with sickle cell anemia, cancer, accident victims, and mothers giving birth, blood is not simply medicine, but a matter of life and death. Yet ensuring adequate blood supplies remain a major challenge. Only 0.5% of Ugandans donate blood, below the World Health Organization's recommendation minimum of 1%. School-going children contribute about 80% of the collected blood, creating shortages when schools close. The major and mega blood donation drive launched yesterday targeted collecting at least 25,000 units nationwide by September 15th. The India Association of Uganda-led initiative was conducted and is conducted regularly since 2012. Last year, the association collected 15,000 units. Uganda collected about 460,000 units last year, but demand continues rising. With blood lifespan of 35 days, continuous donations are needed to replenish supplies and meet emergency needs. Eligible donors are aged between 17 to 65 years and weight of at least 50 kilograms. Every donation is tested before transfusion. Indian community has been also at the heart of assisting disabled heart and kidney transplant missions that have saved many Ugandans. A total of 200 Sudanese nationals, mainly students living in Kampala, were organized to return home as part of the latest repatriation exercise. The program is expected to facilitate the return of more than 1,000 Sudanese nationals by the end of 2 weeks exercise. Aliaman Sulaiman Hamed has expressed appreciation to the Ugandan government and the people of Uganda for the love, care and support extended to Sudanese nationals since they arrived in Uganda nearly 5 years ago. He also called for the strong relationship between Uganda and Sudan to continue. The country director of the Direct Aid Society